Hi, my name is Neal Sabel and I'm an artist, songwriter and producer. Now today I'd like to talk to you about how to properly and cleanly mix a song. So you've got a great song ready, but undoubtedly it needs mixing. So what exactly is mixing? Mixing is a process by which you sonically improve or enhance your song, and often means getting the right sound blend between your tracks. Mixing is crucial as it can take a demo-y sounding song, turning it into something that sounds a lot more professional. Everything you hear on mainstream radio has to some extent been mixed, so where do you start? It's important at this point in the process to identify your dark, light and middle tracks. Remember, dark tracks have lower tones and light tracks have higher tones. There is a rule of thumb between these. Dark or heavy tracks such as drums and bass need more EQ on the lower range, more compression and less reverb. Light tracks on the other hand need more EQ on the higher range, less compression and more reverb. Following this basic rule will ensure a good blend and balance between tracks. Darker tracks should be louder than lighter tracks, and middle tracks should rest nicely somewhere in between. So from our 8 tracks, drums, bass, staccato should be set louder than strings, leads and arpeggios. The middle tracks such as synth EP, piano or guitar should be a bit louder than the light tracks, but definitely not as loud as the dark tracks. This ensures you have the right level of volume depth between the tracks. Again, we return to the first track, the synth EP. So now we apply channel EQ on the synth EP. What does EQ do, you may ask? Basically, it bolsters the sound by bringing out its frequencies and can turn a flat sound into a fuller sound with more dimension. You guessed it, another rule of thumb. EQ works best in moderation, so I would define a range between 1 and 4 units for each EQ range or part. How do you know if you're really getting it right? Precision mixing comes with a lot of practice, but by applying the technique, your ears will become finely tuned at detecting the right amounts of mixing parameters. The more finely tuned your ears become, the more cleaner you can mix and the better your song will inevitably sound. Let's continue to the next mixing plugin or function, being a compressor. Compression strengthens the tone of your sound, giving it a certain hardness. Put a compressor on your synth EP track. This time you can go through the different compressor presets and find the one you most like. For the compressor, the gain just needs to be adjusted, which determines the amount of compression on the track. I hope you're getting the picture about precision mixing. Let's conclude mixing our synth EP by finally applying reverb. Reverb adds a lovely spaciness or roominess to the sound and can make the sound more lush. Select your favorite reverb, which might include a nice smooth full reverb. This is the style of the reverb. For the reverb, we will only be affecting the dry wet output of the reverb on the track. A note about reverb. The more reverb you apply means the wetter the track, and the less reverb you apply means the drier the track. Remember, mixing is a simultaneous process that doesn't stop until the end criteria is met, which is, does the mix sound right? Does the mix sound good? Does the mix sound clean? Bear in mind that over-engineering a mix is not good either. Things wouldn't be complete unless you could hear songs that demonstrate all of the mixing virtues and techniques I have spoken about today. Fortunately, you can, in the form of my album Shimmers Through the Dawn, which consists of 15 amazing 80s and 90s retro tracks mixed down to perfection using precision mixing. Check it out on iTunes by clicking the link in the description and pick up a copy. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and stay tuned for more great insightful videos.